Starting the first of the dive here. Getting ready to go do some spear fishing. About the normal visibility you're going to see on the Oregon coast. Maybe 10 feet today, if we're lucky. This is an incoming tide, so water's moving pretty good. I like diving on incoming tide. I get above where I want to come out and then just kind of drift down. Today I'm really looking in the holes, try to find the Lingcod. I check a lot of holes today in there. Not too many Lingcod. What I've noticed over the years of doing this is sometimes you'll see the Lingcod laying on the bottom, on that sandy part, just outside the rocks. And then sometimes you'll see them on top of the rocks, laying on the rocks themselves. And then a lot of the bigger Lingcods are going to be in those holes that I'm looking into with the light. See some Black Rockfish here. Little red rock crab. Don't know. Well, you notice a lot of people, wonder why I'm close to the bottom all the time or I'm touching the bottom. I run really heavy lead because when you're trying to put the fish on the stringer and you're trying to do all this other stuff in that heavy current that we're running, I'm right next to the rocks and I'll try to duck underneath or behind a rock so the current's not pushing me back. But when you get out in that current, it'll push you really fast. So that's why I run really heavy lead and I'm always kind of on the bottom there because I'm trying to avoid the current. This particular video, I got the string on that little JBL spear gun I run, and I'm changing that up for the next, I think I've already posted the other video, but I changed it up, got rid of that string. I don't particularly like that string. I think it's a pain to mess with. It looks like I missed a black rock bass there, but I find that the coil so much better and easier. You get faster reload times. You don't have to worry about that string tangling everything up. I just thought it was much cleaner setup than that string itself. Let me know what you guys think on that. You guys run the string or the coil? Rock bass there. I just think that spring system is just messy in my mind. Looks like some great places for laying, but I'm just not seeing anything today. A lot of life though. nice little clam bed right there if you ever wanted to dig some clams, but never have tried. This was the trip where I decided that string was just fine. I have a buddy that runs a coil, and it's so much cleaner, so much easier to use. And, you know, we're shooting very limited sight distance, so I don't need a big gun and I don't need a long distance, coil or string, because you just don't get that kind of visibility in the Oregon waters unless you're out and off the coast a little bit. You can get a little bit better out there, but for the most part, this is a typical day on the Oregon coast. Nice little rock bass. This is one of the species in Oregon that is really thriving. So most years, Oregon does not even meet the quota. The sports fisherman doesn't even meet the quota for the black rock bass. They even increased the quota this year, or the catch limit to 7 instead of 5. We're nowhere near where we should be, or what the limits are set at. So it's not a bad thing to take some of these fish. Right now in Oregon, since it is coming off summertime, I haven't been taking any quillback or any other rockfish. I've just been going after the black rock bass because some of them are closed, some of them they're closed for boaters, some are open for bank fishermen. The easiest thing to do is just take the black rock because they're so convenient. Loading the gun here, getting ready to go again. Still looking for that ling. I haven't seen a ling today at all so far. I know a lot of people ask me why I look at my gauges so much. And you should be looking at your gauges all the time anyway, but when you're solo diving, you really have to look at your gauges because that is your lifeline since there's no one else there. And I run, redundancy almost everything. So really paying attention to your air and everything else going on is a must. A nice little bass here too. Finally see what I'm after today. Legal size keeper. Nice ling. That was what I was after today. Great way to finish up a dive. I didn't get my 2 lings, but the one will do just fine. Ended up measuring 23 3/4 inches. Just a nice eating ling.